really nice weather today. And I did get the shipping label, so that means the drone's going back today. Last flight with the drone. And I guess in terms of flight, I guess this was the big news for today. Apparently the Mars helicopter actually flew. Basically it says here, it happened today. Our Mars helicopter proved that powered controlled flight from the surface of another planet is possible. It takes a little ingenuity, perseverance, and a sprint to make that opportunity a reality. I think it's all play on words too, because that's the name of the vehicles that they have there. And there were a lot of videos just talking about the process in general before they actually took off. What inspired all this? I thought it was kind of interesting just to put everything in perspective, how it started, with references, for example, where it started with toys and I guess people just playing around with it.
Story that actually started even earlier with a little toy that a father brought home to two kids. They were about 10 years old. It's a rubber band with a little rotor. It's a little toy that never got out of their mind. They became bicycle mechanics and they started working on this and actually did that famous record in 1903 when they achieved first controlled flight on this Earth.
This flight control confirming that we have EVRs from Ingenuity. Ingenuity is reporting having performed spin-up, takeoff, climb, hover, descent, landing, touchdown, and spin down. Altimeter data confirms that Ingenuity has performed its first flight, the first flight of a powered aircraft on another planet.
It seems like they actually named the space or the area where it flew and so forth. It says here, Chief Pilot Havard Grip shares news that the International Civil Aviation Organization has assigned a 3-letter designator for Ingenuity, IGY-1, and its location, JZRO, for Jezero Crater. And it says flying from Wright Brothers Field.
Have designated this landing site as the Wright Brothers Field. We are so excited to have these two stories, the story of Ingenuity and their team related to the Wright brothers.
Why that name? It says that's the name of the site where the Mars helicopter took its first flight, and it's in honor of aviation pioneers Orville and Wilbur Wright, says our head NASA science missions. It didn't go for too long, as apparently it only flew for about 39 seconds and went 10 feet from the ground or so. But regardless, I guess because of the atmosphere and stuff like that, it's a huge accomplishment, so it's kind of cool. To me, it's kind of great to see what people could create when you let them, I guess, experiment with stuff and all that. And can you imagine, like just with, I guess, planes and stuff? They say the inspiration was things like the Wright brothers. Imagine if they were always restricted, nope, you're not allowed to do this and so forth. How would they have ever had, I guess you could say, flying planes and all that? And since this is technically, I guess you could say, a drone, and they say people were inspired by toys, think of it now, where a lot of people treat actual toys as some deadly weapons. They don't even allow children or anyone to actually fly them without these over-the-top regulations. So hopefully that gets fixed, which I imagine it would once it becomes more mainstream and people are actually more aware of it. To know, usually for the people who say, oh, it's gonna kill people or something like that, it's just people wanting to make money out of it. Because in my opinion, I'd rather see stuff like this, investing time and money into exploring ways to make flight and stuff more efficient with something like a drone, as opposed to making it, again, so over the top. You're expecting some kid flying a toy or whatever to learn about passengers on an airplane. I'm really sure, yeah, this 251-gram drone is gonna start carrying people. And for other things flying, how about an actual plane crashing into the water? That's kind of crazy. Apparently there was an air show of sort. And it says here, like, the TBM Avenger performing in the Warbird parade had a mechanical issue. Yeah, it basically literally took a dive right into the ocean, like the beach, around so much people and all that. As it says here, the TBM Avenger performing in the Warbird parade had a mechanical issue and the pilot was able to bring the plane down close to the shore. Rescue personnel were immediately on scene and the pilot is okay. Can you imagine that, being so close to everyone with such a humongous aircraft? Fortunately, no one was hurt. That's just kind of crazy to see, I guess, for everyone that was there in person. And for the drone, I did get all the shipping labels and stuff like that. It seems like it's by regular standard delivery. Just print this all out, very similar to last time when I sent the Mavic Pro back. So we'll see how it goes overall. I thought it was kind of interesting too. Who wants to take a guess at how long I've been flying this drone for ever since it came out? It's been about 6 months or so. Who wants to take a guess? I'll post a number in terms of how many flights I actually did with this and all that towards the end. Alright, see you guys later.